Love is unconditional, and you need to be able to love the other person when they're at their worst. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't ever address issues, or you don't, bring up things that are not good about your spouse. But true unconditional love doesn't change depending on how the other person is treating you. So if you're only nice and kind and generous to your wife or to your husband when they're the same to you, then what good is that? Even the Bible says, even Jesus said, if you only love those who love you, what benefit is that? Even sinners do that. Even bad people are kind to those people, the people that are nice to them and that they care about, right? But Jesus said, be good to those who persecute you. Pray for those who attack you. And I just want to encourage and fix some wrong beliefs that are out there that, you should only love someone who deserves it. No, like if you've gotten to the point where you've gotten married and you're a husband and wife, like you've already committed to each other, you obviously already, want to spend the rest of your lives together. Just because you go through a rough patch, or just because, your husband or your wife is going through a rough patch, not treating you right, being rude to you, whatever, you can still love them unconditionally. And eventually, that's what will prove to them that you really do love them. And eventually, they will appreciate it. But even if they don't, you still need to, if you want to love unconditionally, you still do it. And it's the only way you can walk in happiness. If you withhold your love, if you start being cold and bitter to try and teach them a lesson, you're going to be miserable. You're not going to have a good sleep at night. You're not going to be happy during the day. But if you love them and you do your best to demonstrate, love in its purest form, you're going to have peace. Okay, you might not be happy because maybe you're going through a rough patch and your spouse is not treating you right and it's hard. Okay, you might not be happy, but you'll at least have peace. You'll at least be content knowing you're doing what's right with what's in your control.